It's a maze.
It's amazing.
No, like there are 6 paths.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 things you missed in Moon Knight Episode 4.
The plot makes a real meal out of a lunar god. And didn't you say that you worked for one?
For this list, we're looking at the best Easter eggs and references in the latest episode of the lunar-themed show. If you haven't caught up on the series up to this point, beware of spoilers ahead. What was your favorite scene in this week's episode? And do you think that the cupcakes being handed out is a reference to the dessert truck Steven stole in the first episode? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10. Steven usually has a TV show instead of a movie.
It's all right, Rossa. It's all right. Those old bones can't hurt you.
When a clip from the Tomb Buster VHS first started playing, we were worried that Disney Plus had glitched and we were accidentally watching something else. But it was soon revealed that this movie existed within the show. And as an added bonus, the main character was named after a certain gift shopist.
You're Dr. Stephen Grant.
Maybe so.
Believe it or not, this isn't the first time Moon Knight got meta and adapted his life into entertainment. There have been comic storylines where Stephen Grant backs a TV show based on his life. Sometimes they even mention the program is being produced by Marvel Studios. We honestly can't blame Stephen for capitalizing on his misadventures to make an exciting show or an Indiana Jones-esque VHS.
The plot makes a real meal out of a lunar god. And didn't you say that you worked for one?
Number 9. The Crawley Conspiracy. After Crawley was seen being a silent statue, he returned as a mental health facility's bingo announcer. Although he seemed to be just another resident, was he secretly trying to send Mark a message? Crawley notably calls out T16 during the game.
G15. Anyone have a G15? G15?
What do we have here?
However, any casual bingo player would know that this combination doesn't appear on standard bingo boards. But QNB T16 is the name of a truth serum used in Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
This is QNB T16. It's the top-shelf martini of sodium pentothal derivatives. It's a brand new and extremely potent truth drug.
There's also a Moon Knight plot where Crawley tells Mark something is off while they're in a mental institution. So, was T16 a coded message for Mark to wake up to the truth? Or did we just mix up some red strings on our Marvel conspiracy board?
Check this out. Take a look at this.
Jesus Christ,
That right there is the mail. Now let's talk about the mail.
Number 8. Steven and Mark have physically worked together before.
You in love? Oh, you're in love with my wife?
I appreciate your concern, mate. I really do.
You lay one finger on her.
We've got it from here.
I swear to you, Stephen, I swear
If I need like a recipe for a protein shake or something,
throw
I'll call you.
To say Steven and Mark have a rocky relationship would be an understatement, but despite their differences, they do genuinely seem to care about each other's well-being. When Mark loses touch with his internal roommate, he finally reunites with Steven outside of his head.
Yes! Yes, exactly. Exactly. All right, we gotta get out of here. Follow me.
This plot point reflects a shocking comic plot turn. After Mark finds himself in a strange place, he tries to eliminate any other personalities from his head. Although Steven initially appears to fade, he returns to help Mark defy the bad guys at a crucial moment. We're looking forward to seeing what shenanigans the duo will get up to as they try to get away from their foes.
And if you are gonna go through with this, you gotta be smart, at least for Layla's sake. I've been in situations like this before.
So have I.
Number 7. Jake Lockley was likely the one who knocked.
Let me talk to you.
Just let us go, man.
That wasn't me!
The 4th episode may have finally given us hard physical evidence that Mark Spector's Jake Lockley personality is real. This rough and long-time side of Moon Knight has slowly been creeping into the spotlight. In episode 3, it seemed like Jake was taking over the body in several scenes.
What the hell's wrong with you, Stephen?
Me? You're the one going on a killing spree.
I didn't do any of this.
Me neither.
And since the premiere, there's been a running motif where we see 3 images of the man behind Moon Knight. We think Jake was finally seen, sort of, in episode 4. Mark initially had to free Steven from a sarcophagus. As the two make their way down the hallway, another person is heard knocking from inside a sarcophagus too. It'd make perfect sense if the man desperate to escape and make his full debut was Jake.
No, you stay away from me!
Truly, I understand how you're feeling.
Number 6. Harrow tries to copy a famous psychiatrist.
Mark, we don't live in a material world. We live in a psychic world.
While Harrow aims to come off as genuine, there's something about him that always feels kind of phony. He definitely felt like a Freudian fraud when he appeared as Mark's therapist. While sporting a mustache and glasses, Harrow drops a heavy quote that he claims is from the movie's villain.
I like the villain. No tree can ascend to the light of heaven if it doesn't descend to the depths of hell.
But this supposed line of dialogue has actually been attributed to famous psychiatrist Carl Jung. This influential personality in the field of psychology was often photographed rocking a mustache and glasses. Given Harrow's manipulative personality, we wouldn't be surprised if he imitated Jung's look while borrowing one of the doctor's quotes. This servant of Amit would definitely go to these lengths to get inside Mark's head.
I know. I'm sorry about that. But remember, you're only sedated because of your own behavior.
Number 5. Isaac has been sneakily working with his brother.
You look scared.
No.
Well, you should be. Without Khonshu, there's no more suit, no more healing, no more power.
Yeah, no more you.
Overall, Moon Knight has done a great job of making it look like Oscar Isaac is talking to someone with his same face without looking silly. While special effects have certainly helped, there is a practical fact that went right over our heads. Oscar's real-life brother, Michael Hernandez, has played Mark and Steven on set. And since he was credited as a double in the 4th episode, the moment where the two personalities hug may have been a brotherly embrace.
Steven? Mark? Steven! Mark!
Isaac has said in interviews that having his sibling on set was both helpful and a blast. So if you ever praise a scene where the actor talks to himself, make sure to give his brother a shout out too.
So, you kissed her.
What are you gonna do, try and drown us now?
Number 4. Taweret could become a key ally.
How is this possible?
I don't know.
What's the last thing that you remember? Harrow shot us.
It's safe to say that this episode saved its biggest shock for the last scene. As Mark and Steven inch towards a possible way out, the hippo goddess Taweret arrives to greet them. While they're understandably freaked out, her presence might be a good thing. Taweret is known for being a protective goddess and a healing figure. In some interpretations, it was believed that she attended to the bodies of the dead. We hope Mark and Steven were not visited by Taweret because they bit the bullet. Hopefully she'll be the latest on Moon Knight's growing list of divine allies.
Mark, there is another way. You must listen to me carefully.
Yes.
Number 3. Hints that Layla could become the superpowered Scarlet Scarab.
You handled that beautifully.
Why do all men like you feel it necessary to be just so condescending?
Once Layla took out a mystical enemy with just a flare and her bare hands, we wanted her to be inducted into the Avengers. But the show has hinted that she might get powers that won't come from Khonshu.
Mark's trying to protect you from Khonshu. That's why he's been pushing you away. He thinks Khonshu wants you for his avatar and he won't let that happen.
When Layla is seen in the mental facility, she has a band-aid with a red scarab on it. In the comics, the superpowered Scarlet Scarab has enhanced strength, could shoot crimson thunderbolts, and more thanks to an artifact. He also had a civilian identity as an archaeologist named Abdul Faul. That means he has a similar name and the exact profession as Layla's father. Is it a coincidence Layla's nickname was Little Scarab? Or will she soon dig up an artifact that will let her suit up?
My little scarab. Isn't that what your father used to call you?
Number 2. Mark's old mercenary enemy may return.
What happened to my father? I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, Mark!
Mark finally revealed to Layla that he witnessed the death of her father. While he wasn't personally responsible, he mentions that his twisted partner was. Mark's description of this mercenary sounds exactly like Raul Bushman from the comics.
My partner got greedy and he executed everyone at the dig site. I tried to save your father, but I couldn't save him.
This violent villain was also responsible for the death of an innocent archaeologist due to greed and left Mark for dead. Although Moon Knight tried to end Bushman when he first suited up, the antagonist escaped and returned to battle the lunar hero. Since the show's Mark didn't mention the villain's demise, we have to assume Bushman is still out there. Although he's normally Moon Knight's archenemy, we think Layla has a much bigger score to settle with the evil mercenary.
That's the reason that we met. You just had a guilty conscience.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Mental Institute is probably in another dimension. Our heroes might find escaping the Mental Institute a little harder than they anticipated.
Everything reminds me. Reminds you of what?
In one fantastic Moon Knight storyline, Mark finds himself in an institute like the one on the show. He also discovers his friends were patients and Amit and his enemies were in charge. Mark eventually learns that the institution he's trapped in is in a dimension that was nicknamed the Other Void. This area has been name-dropped on the show before.
We need the might of gods! Return from the opulence of the Overvoid before you lose this realm!
Although Khonshu took Mark to this dimension in the original story, it's unclear who or what brought the show's Moon Knight there. Since Mark had to beat a god to escape in the comics, he probably won't have an easy time getting out on the show.
I know what you're feeling. You can be healed. I know you can be healed. Come!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.